Language arts, our 6th grade plan. Here we go. 5th grade was a little bit rocky, shall we say, for language arts, but we did learn quite a bit. First off, one of the big things we learned was just because it worked in the past doesn't mean it's going to work now. So we had quite a few changes in our language arts for 5th grade, but moving into 6th grade, I'm really excited about what we have chosen to do. So first off, writing. Writing is by far the most difficult part of language arts for my daughter. She doesn't really like it. She just doesn't. She just doesn't. So we are going to try IEW's structure and style for language arts. I contacted IEW at length and talked to them about my daughter, what her needs are, what her strengths are, what her weaknesses are, and this is really what they encouraged. Now, I did go ahead and purchase the CD set. If we had better internet, I would have done the streaming, but we just don't. And so I didn't want to have to fight with the internet or get behind, so we're going to do the CDs for 6th grade. So that's writing. Now, let's move on to our other parts of language arts. In the middle of 5th grade, we did start Wordly Wise, and we did the 180 days of spelling. These were fine. My daughter decided that she really did like this 180 days. She likes the lists. And Wordly Wise, take it or leave it. So we're going to finish these two in the beginning of 6th grade, since we did start them in January of 5th grade. And then we're going to move into the Critical Thinking Company's word roots. This is something that we did actually start a little bit in 5th grade because both of these have root words aspects to them, and we did start working on Greek and Latin root words, so we will be continuing with that in 6th grade. I did find this awesome resource on Hello 5th that we utilize for these root words, prefixes, and suffixes. Not only has this helped, but it's also been a constant reminder because we can hang them up on the wall when we have discussed them, and then they are there for her as a reminder and something to look back to. For grammar, we will be working with Editor-in-Chief 2 as well as sentence diagramming. We did start the sentence diagramming in 5th grade. I really like it. It has helped a lot. And I think that Editor-in-Chief will be something that she will enjoy because she gets to fix errors. And so I think that's a really good thing. I do have a short flip through of this included in the critical thinking flip throughs that I did, which I'll make sure to link it down below. This really looks like something that she will enjoy. I am also looking on Teachers Pay Teachers for figurative language exercises. They do have sales quite a bit, and a lot of times I can find those dollar sales, which is what I did when I found our class book of idioms. I also found a figurative language hunt from Teachers Pay Teachers, metaphors, alliteration, idioms, similes, etc. So I'm just really looking for different figurative language activities that we can do and just to have some fun with and continue the process of learning all about figurative language. For reading comprehension, the Abeka reading skill sheets, she has done these from the beginning of her school, the beginning of when Abeka had them. She really likes them. They are short and sweet. You read one page and you have one page of questions. These are timed, but this is something that she likes. She requests it. She finishes them early every year, and so we will continue that. Now, I did also get 2 of the Abeka readers to do. She does not really love these Abeka readers. In 4th grade, she requested to stop using them, and we didn't use them in 4th grade or 5th grade. I'm coming back with 2 of them for 6th grade, mostly because of the content that they have. have. Quite a bit of these are about American history or civics, American government, and we will not be studying American history this year. We are into world history, but I wanted to have something just to keep American history and refresh it in her mind. She loves American history, and so this short snippet of reading, I think, will interest her, and then it will also serve the purpose of reading comprehension. Last year, we did our very first Moving Beyond the Page literature study with Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim, and loved it. We had to include Moving Beyond the Page this year because we enjoyed last year so much. So we are going to be doing two. The very first one is going to be Esperanza Rising. This is for ages 10 through 12. We will be doing this the first semester, probably towards the end of the first semester, because it will be a nice, fun activity. We loved Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim, and so I'm really looking forward to a fun activity towards the end of first semester to really break up some of the routine and still accomplish a lot, and these do that. The Esperanza Rising literature study from Moving Beyond the Page is for ages 10 through 12. Within this, you're going to have 10 lessons plus a final project that will give you a list of the materials that you need, and including the required books. So for this one, you also need What Was the Great Depression, which we have as well. And then you can see what each unit is going to review, what each lesson will be reviewing. And you can see that this literature study is focusing primarily on science and social studies as well as language arts, and each literature study will have a different focus based on what really works with the book that is chosen. An added bonus is we are doing our very first world geography study this year, and so I really think that when we work with Mexico, this will be a great addition and incorporate everything all together. Now for second semester, I kind of went out on a limb on this one, so we'll see how it goes. We are going to do British poetry, and this is the book, Poetry Rock. With this study, there are 7 lessons, but you can see that some of these lessons will take longer than 1 day, and then they're planning on a final project taking 3 days. Within the literature studies, they will give you the materials that you're going to need, the required books, which we have Poetry Rocks as our required book for this one, and then it will give you an idea of what you're going to be covering in each of the various lessons. As you can see, there is a parent overview so that you can see for each lesson what is supposed to be learned. And then at the end, they do have an overview of what you're focusing on. So you can see that this literature study focuses on social studies, science, and the language arts. I'm counting on this to incorporate quite a bit. We're going to be incorporating poetry, which I don't have another poetry unit that we are doing. We will be doing some poetry in these Abeka readers, but as far as truly studying poetry, I don't have that. I'm planning on this really focusing on studying poetry as well as Britain. So again, back to my world geography, and I hope that this helps us and is a lot of fun in pulling together those 3 aspects, moving beyond the page, poetry, and Great Britain. So this is modern British poetry. You can see that there are 11 modern poets, including Elizabeth Barrett Browning, Alfred Lord Tennyson, etc., that we will be studying. And moving beyond the page and looking through this, I already can see that I not only get the different types of poems, but we're also going to be talking about figurative language, which is something else I really wanted to make sure that we concentrated on in 6th grade. And so this has figurative language in it. So I'm very excited about doing this study during the 2nd semester of 6th grade. Something else that we will be doing in 6th grade is a research project. Last year, my daughter did her very first research project on soap, and she learned a lot. And we started off very slowly with building a bibliography, understanding about referencing and citing sources. And so we're really going to build on that this year. And she will be doing a longer research project that she did last year. It's not going to be really long, but it is going to be longer than she did last year, and learn more about sources and citing and bibliography and just understanding the research process. And so we will be doing a research paper. And she will also be doing book reports. Now, book reports is something that we have been doing since 4th grade, and we do all types of different book reports. Anything from what is your standard book report to some creative book reports. So if you're interested in knowing more about the book reports that we do, please make sure you are subscribed, because I'll be coming out with a video on that shortly. If you are interested in what else we will be doing for our 6th grade curriculum, please click here.